Everyone wants to be happy, but most people chase it the wrong way. They look for it in things they can't control: money, recognition, relationships, possessions. And when those things shift or fade, their happiness disappears with them. But the Stoics taught a different path, a stronger path, a freer path. They taught that real happiness doesn't come from chasing pleasure. It comes from choosing virtue, from mastering your desires, from living in alignment with your higher self. Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, had power beyond imagination. Yet he wrote about simplicity, clarity, and peace. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. The Stoics didn't wait for happiness. They practiced it, through discipline, through wisdom, through presence. And they proved that happiness isn't found, it's built. If you're tired of chasing, if you're ready to live with peace, purpose, and freedom, this is your guide. Let's begin. Chapter 1. Understand what happiness truly is. Happiness is not pleasure. It's not excitement. It's not comfort. It's not the temporary relief that comes from getting what you want. Happiness, in the Stoic sense, is eudaimonia, a Greek word meaning human flourishing. It's a life lived in accordance with reason, virtue, and inner harmony. It's not about feeling good all the time. It's about being aligned with who you're meant to be. Seneca said, "A wise man is content with himself." The world says buy more, do more, achieve more. But the Stoic asks, what matters most? And am I living in line with that? Happiness isn't outside of you. It's in your daily choices, in your thoughts, your actions, your character. Chapter 2. Choose virtue over pleasure. The Stoics believed that virtue is the only true good. Not pleasure, not fame, not wealth. Virtue. What is virtue? Courage, wisdom, justice, temperance. The 4 pillars of Stoic life. If you want to be happy, don't chase comfort. Chase character. Don't ask, what feels good? Ask, what is good? Marcus Aurelius wrote, just that you do the right thing, the rest doesn't matter. Pleasure fades, circumstances shift, but virtue is yours to keep, and when you live by it, peace follows. Chapter 3. Focus only on what you can control. You can't control the world. You can't control other people. You can't control the past or guarantee the future, but you can control your mind, your thoughts, your responses, your choices. That's where happiness begins. Epictetus taught, some things are up to us and some are not. When you attach your happiness to what you can't control, you give your power away. But when you focus only on what is yours, your attitude, your effort, your values, you become untouchable. The world may shift, but your peace won't. That's the essence of Stoic happiness. Chapter 4. Release attachment to outcomes. Most people suffer because they cling to results. They need things to go their way. They need their plan to succeed. They need approval, recognition, guarantees. But the Stoic lets go. You can have goals, but don't cling to them. You can work hard, but release the outcome. Do your best, then let it go. This is not giving up. This is power. This is freedom. Seneca said, expecting is the greatest impediment to living. In anticipation of tomorrow, it loses today. When you stop needing things to turn out a certain way, you start living fully, here, now. Chapter 5. Practice gratitude without expectation. Happiness doesn't come from having more. It comes from noticing more. from appreciating what already exists. The Stoics practiced gratitude, not as a feeling, but as a discipline. They trained their minds to focus on what they had, not on what they lacked. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Do not indulge in dreams of having what you have not, but reckon up the chief of the blessings you do possess." Gratitude grounds you. It shifts your perspective. It reminds you that life is already full, if you choose to see it that way. You can wake up each morning chasing what's missing, or you can begin the day thankful for what's present. The first leads to anxiety, the second to peace. Chapter 6. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. It turns gratitude into envy. It turns contentment into dissatisfaction. The Stoics warned against measuring your life by someone else's standards. You are not them. Your path is your own. Epictetus said, "If you want to be happy, stop comparing yourself to what others are doing or achieving." Social media makes this harder than ever. You see the highlight reel of 1,000 lives and think something is wrong with yours. But happiness is internal. It's not about having what others have. It's about being at peace with what is true for you. Turn your focus inward. Compare only who you are today to who you were yesterday. That is the Stoic path. Chapter 7. Simplify your life. The Stoics lived simply, not because they were poor, but because they were free. Free from excess. Free from noise. Free from distraction. Seneca warned that luxury distracts from clarity. That the more you own, the more you must manage. And the more you manage, the more you fear losing. True happiness doesn't come from adding more. It comes from needing less. Look at your life. What is essential? What brings peace? What can be released? Simplicity is a form of strength. When you remove what doesn't matter, you create space for what does. Happiness grows in clean space, in silence, in clarity, in enough. Chapter 8. Accept life as it is. A major source of unhappiness is resistance. Resisting what happened, resisting what is, resisting what might come. But the Stoics believed in amor fati, love of fate. Not just accepting what happens, but embracing it, trusting that every event, good or bad, can serve your growth. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs." Happiness doesn't come from controlling life. It comes from working with it. You can't bend the world to your will. But you can bend your will toward the truth, toward resilience, toward trust, toward peace. When you stop fighting what is, you begin to flow with it. And in that flow, you find freedom. Chapter 9. Train the mind daily. Happiness doesn't happen by accident. It's a byproduct of mental discipline. You don't wait for peace. You train for it. You don't wish for clarity. You build it. And you don't hope for resilience. You earn it. The Stoics wrote, reflected, challenged their thoughts, questioned their reactions. They trained their minds like athletes train their bodies. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." So journal, meditate, breathe, catch your negative thoughts, replace them with rational ones, remind yourself of what matters. Recenter in reason. Mental strength isn't rigid. It's calm, clear, and grounded. It's the source of lasting happiness. Chapter 10. Live in the present moment. Happiness is not found in the future. It's not buried in the past, it's only ever available now. The Stoics returned to the present constantly. They knew that fear lives in the future, regret lives in the past, but peace lives only in this breath, in this moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. You can't enjoy life if you're always elsewhere, worrying about what might happen, replaying what already has." Right now, can you breathe? Can you see clearly? Can you act with purpose? Then you're already free. Then you already have everything you need. Chapter 11. Serve something greater than yourself. The Stoics believed that happiness deepens when your life is not just about you. They saw selfishness as a trap, a narrow way of living, because meaning comes from connection, serving others, contributing to something larger, fulfilling your role in the world. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "What is your profession? Being a good man, ask yourself, who am I here to help? What values am I here to uphold? Where can I make a difference, even in small ways?" True happiness isn't self-centered, it's self-transcending. When you serve others with integrity, you rise above fleeting emotions, you'll gain purpose. And in purpose there is peace. Chapter 12. Accept the full range of emotions. Happiness isn't the absence of sadness, it's the ability to feel everything without being ruled by any of it. The Stoics never taught suppression. They taught sovereignty, to feel deeply but not be enslaved by emotion. Seneca said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." Happiness, then, is not fragile. It's resilient. It allows for sorrow but does not collapse. It allows for anger but does not lash out. It allows for fear but still moves forward. Let yourself feel, but always return to reason. Emotion may visit, but let virtue lead. Chapter 13. Build your life around what you can give. The world says, "What can I get?" The Stoic says, "What can I give?" When your life becomes about what you can offer, your time, your presence, your wisdom, you stop chasing and start creating. You stop measuring your worth in possessions or praise. You begin to define it by the value you bring to the moment. Epictetus said, "Know first who you are, and then adorn yourself accordingly. Give without attachment, contribute without needing credit. Be a steady force in a world of noise. The joy of giving is not in the reward. It's in the freedom it creates." Chapter 14. Let go of what you can't keep. Much of unhappiness comes from clinging to people, possessions, identities, status, outcomes. But the Stoics remind us everything external is temporary. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear and like immortals in all that you desire." You were never meant to hold everything. You were meant to flow with life, light, clear, awake. Let go of what you can't control. Let go of what you can't keep. And in that space, you'll find peace. The lighter you travel, the freer you live. And the freer you live, the happier you become. Chapter 15. Live today as if it's enough. You don't need more time. You need to treat the time you have as sacred. Because this day, this hour, this breath, it's enough. Marcus Aurelius said, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. Happiness blooms in presence, in realizing that this moment, imperfect as it is still a gift. You don't need to escape your life to love it. You just need to see it clearly. Slow down, breathe, look around. This is your life, and if you choose, it can be more than enough. Final reflection. Happiness is not a destination. It is not something you find at the end of a long road. It is the way you walk the path you're already on. The Stoics didn't wait to be happy. They chose it. Through clarity, through courage, through daily discipline. They didn't seek escape. They sought alignment. They didn't look for more. They lived fully with less. They didn't try to avoid life's hardships. They faced them with virtue and presence. Your happiness will not come from what you own, where you live, or what others think of you. It will come from how you think, how you act, and how you love the moment you're in. Because happiness is not out there. It's built inside, one decision at a time, one breath at a time, every time you choose to respond with calm instead of chaos, every time you release what you cannot control, every time you act with virtue. No matter how small, you are shaping a life of peace, not a perfect life, but a powerful one, a life that doesn't depend on circumstance to feel complete. So choose virtue, release attachment, live with inner peace.